What's good, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Counterplay. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a character who is in contention for the best in the game, Peach. Peach is a pretty technical character and requires a lot of skill to play at a top level, but this just makes her skill ceiling very high, especially when a really good player is using her. Since she is one of the best in the game, it's going to be hard to completely counterplay her, so we're going to be going over a lot of tips and what to watch out for in order to give yourself the best chance at victory. With that said, let's get into the general info. So for Peach's moveset, she has a 2-hit jab that comes out frame 2 and a dash attack with pretty decent knockback. For her tilt attacks, her F-tilt kicks her leg out in front, which covers a decent range horizontally and vertically. Her up tilt doesn't have a lot of horizontal range on the ground, but it's a very good anti-air. And her down tilt is a combo starter as it spikes you, and you've probably seen this used on Twitter combo videos. For her smash attacks, her forward smash could be 3 different options. It could be the golf club, which has a lot of range and diagonal knockback, the pan, which has the most damage and hits the opponent straight up, and the tennis racket, which hits the opponent on a horizontal angle. This is used to usually either punish a whiff or a landing. Down smash is a multi-hit move, and up smash is an anti-air similar to up tilt, but obviously stronger. Her specials are all pretty good. Up special is the parasol, which is Peach's main recovery option. It can shark under the stage, so be careful when edge guarding. Her down special pulls out a turn up, which could either be normal, wink face, dot eyes, stitch face, with each of them doing more damage. She could also pull out a bomb, which explodes, and Mr. Saturn, which breaks your shield if you are shielding and get hit by it. The ones that do higher damage and the special ones have a lower % chance of being pulled. Her side special is Peach Bomber, which throws herself at you and then she bounces back after she makes contact, which makes it very hard to punish. And her neutral special is a counter. Her grabs are all pretty standard. She doesn't have the best grab follow-ups nor a good kill throw. Down throw is probably her best bet at getting a follow-up, and it sends you behind Peach, so make sure you DI behind her. So now we're going to take a look at the real bread and butter, which are her aerial attacks. Peach's aerial attacks are especially good because she can float. Along with being able to float, she can float cancel. This is her main way to combo. It basically involves her floating close to the surface and then inputting an aerial and falling back to the ground. This gives her the opportunity to do those crazy Twitter combos that you see, which actually are possible to be pulled off in a game to a smaller extent. So her up air is a good follow-up and can be used to juggle. Back air is a quick move that can kill at higher %. Down air can be used to 2-frame the ledge as well as help land safely. And her forward air is the primary kill move as it has good range and high knockback. Keep in mind that if you ever get caught in the combo, that you should always try to DI away in order to act out of it with an air dodge or a jump. So now that we have all the general info out of the way, let's take a look at some things you can do in advantage, disadvantage, and neutral. So when you have the advantage against Peach, you want to try to combo her more horizontally than vertically. If you combo her vertically and try to juggle her, if she's able to jump out, she will be able to float away to safety. She can also make use of her down air, which is really good to help her land, and can float over to the edges of the stage. If you combo her more horizontally and don't rely on juggles, you'll be able to continue being an advantage even if she tries to float away, because she will be closer to the ground. This basically means that you will still be able to continue to pressure. If you have her off stage, it may be the best bet to ledge trap instead of edge guard. Again, her float mechanic basically enables her to recover from anywhere, and with a pretty safe side B and an up B that has a disjoint, you can get very frustrated if you're going off stage to try and take a stock. It can even be super hard to time a 2-frame, since she will be able to mix up her timing using float below the stage. An important note about her up B is if she does use it not facing the stage, she won't snap to it. So if you see her floating, make sure you only hit her if she's going to land on the stage, because hitting her if she's away from the stage basically means you're saving her. Also make sure when you're ledge trapping that if you're near the ledge, hold your shield until she grabs the ledge, since the up B can shark under the stage. It also is a really good shield poke too. We practiced it, so you may want to angle your shield downwards. So now when you're in disadvantage, you need to DI away from your combos. A lot of the crazy Twitter combos you see don't really work as far as they're shown to. However, they can still get a decent chunk of percent onto you. So make sure you DI away to get out as soon as possible. Now, when you're off the stage, you have to worry about a lot. One of the best edge guarding tools in the game is her turn up, since it can be thrown and cover a lot of angles. This makes it extremely easy to gimp a lot of recoveries where you're vulnerable. So make sure you save your jump and mix up your recovery. Even landing on platforms while Peach is at the ledge will be useful. When you're trying to grab the ledge, you need to be careful of her down air. Since she can flow cancel, using her down air makes it a lot easier to 2-frame. Make sure you sweet spot your recovery to give her the lowest chance of hitting you. And if you do get hit and fall out, make sure that you use your recovery right away before she can reset. If you're going to get hit by the last hit, you will be shot out horizontally. It's possible that you will bounce off the stage, however, you do not need to tech this. You should actually make sure you don't try to tech it, because it won't kill until you're at about 250, and inputting an air dodge when you don't need to will definitely get you killed. If you are able to successfully grab the ledge, you still have one more wall to break through. When you're there, Peach will most likely use her float. This basically gives her the ability to cover all of your options. And waiting for it to run out will not work, because her forward air can hit you on the ledge. Forward air can also basically cover every option if they time it correctly, besides roll, and if you use roll, they can react and back air you. The most important thing is to mix up your get up option, and even sometimes you should drop off the ledge and jump and attack if they're being really aggressive at the ledge. Disadvantage is probably the hardest part about playing against Peach, just because she has so much coverage, and at first you may really struggle when it comes to trying to make it back to the stage. Just keep in mind that Smash is all about mind games and mix-ups, so if you get caught doing one option multiple times, maybe you should really try to use a different option. Even trying to attack Peach can help you out, as it may make her more passive at the ledge in future encounters. So now we talk about neutral. In neutral, you want to make sure that you avoid the turnips as if they were any other projectile. You shouldn't concern yourself with which type of turnip she has, as you should be trying to avoid all of them all the time. Sometimes if Peach gets a stitch face, the opposing player will act incredibly scared, which actually gives Peach a bigger opening to attack. While a stitch face can definitely do damage, make sure you don't just freak out and give Peach that bigger opening. Also, sometimes Peach will throw the turnips in the air, so just make sure you keep track of them to ensure that you don't get hit. Peach is super hard to beat up close, since her flow cancel lets her basically use her really good aerial moves without a lot of end lag. This makes it super hard to punish. The only real advice is to try and get superior spacing. Her back air doesn't have too much range, but is really quick, while her forward air has more lag but more range. The best characters to use against her are Swordies, because it's a lot easier to outspace Peach with the disjoint, and zoners could also prove useful against Peach. However, Peach is still extremely good, so these matchups will either be even or a slight advantage. If you're using a close range character, foxtrotting in and out to avoid getting hit while still giving proper space to punish a whiff would definitely be the way to go. Being overly aggressive without mix-ups will definitely put you at an extreme disadvantage. The most useful thing you could have in this matchup is a disjoint. Well, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. We had a lot to talk about since Peach has so many different options, but hopefully this guide was able to shed some light on the matchup. Since Peach is in contention for best in the game, of course it's going to be difficult, but these tips will definitely help you out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.